Good afternoon, everyone. Spokane Steve here from a cold but sunny Spokane, which makes all the difference in the world to me, and I'm fresh off of a long overdue haircut. Coming to you live to bring you this Strat-O-Matic 1966 replay baseball game. Pittsburgh Pirates at the Atlanta Braves today. The third game of a three-game series. The Braves are going for the sweep. They'll have Ken Johnson on the mound, the right-hander, and Pittsburgh will send their ace, Bob Veal, to try to avoid the sweep. Veal, 8-5, 2.37 in the replay. 15 starts, 5 complete games, including 2 shutouts. His 110 innings among the league leaders. His 2.37 ERA among the league leaders, and his 90 strikeouts also among the league leaders. For Ken Johnson, 4-4 with an ERA of 5 on the button. 12 starts, 2 complete games, 85 innings of work. Just 44 strikeouts for Johnson, not a strikeout pitcher. Did Mookie do something? He did. He must have stepped on that. I thought the crowd noise was a little low. I didn't touch it. I didn't punch no doggy. All right. What else is going on today? Hello, Strat fans. Hello, Unmitigated. JC's here. Hello to Blaine. Blaine rolling the dice. What do you got going, Blaine? Hello to Bill. Coffee. The best. Hello there, Mangler. I'm getting more used to my hearing aids already. Here is the lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Pirates at 35-26 are in second place. In fact, why don't we take a moment here? We're still early. We'll take a quick look at the National League standings, as this is the first game of June the 19th. So there you have it. Pirates 4.5 back of the Dodgers. Phillies 6.5 back. There's the Astros and the Braves. Braves tied with the Astros for fourth, 8 games back. And those are the 5 teams over 500. Cardinals and Reds, Giants, Mets, and Cubs. Mets out of last place. How about that? They must be still on a hot streak, right? No, they're on a cold streak. They've lost 4 in a row. Look at the Braves. They've won 9 of their last 10, including 3 in a row. They're hot. Pittsburgh is not. They're 4-6 in their last 10. They've dropped 2 in a row. Of course, both of those to the Braves in this series. Oh, the heroes in the Hall of Fame. Sets I do not have, but kind of wish I did. And Unmitigated here to watch one of his favorites, Woody Woodward. Woodward is in the lineup. He has been relegated to the 8th spot in the order. Hang on here. Let's back that up a little bit. Okay, back in position. That looks pretty good. Lineup for the Pirates coming up here. It'll be Matty Alou in center field in the leadoff spot. Gene Alley is at short. Roberto Clemente in right field, bats third. Willie Stargell in the cleanup spot in left. Jim Pagliarone, the catcher. Jose Pagan at third base. We haven't seen Bailey in a while. Bill Mazeroski hit 7th at second base. Don Clendenin, for some reason, dropped down to the 8th spot. He'll play first, and Veal, the pitcher, a switch hitter, in the 9th spot. Here's Ken Johnson now. Here comes Mookie. He's been active today. Let me pull my other stats up here. I'll give you the umpires for today's game, and we'll get it underway. It's going to be Tony Benzone behind the plate, Lee Wire at first, Bill Williams at second, and down at third is Tom Gorman. Not to be confused with Sid Gormless of National Lampoon fame. All right, here's a Lou. Johnson ready to go to work. Matty Alou at 316 now. 1 homer, 15 RBIs. Johnson into the windup. Here's the pitch. It's a 5-9 left-handed swung on and missed, strike 3. We are underway as Ken Johnson fans Matty Alou. That'll bring up Gene Alley, still leading the league in hitting at 358. 3 home runs, 26 RBIs. Pitch from Johnson. It's a 5-8 right-hander. Hard smash to third. Menke has it. Fires across to Torrey. And there's 2 away. Welcoming in David Thayer and Ernest Cruz. Hello, guys. 2 down, nobody on. Here's Roberto Clemente. Clemente at 308, 9 home runs, 42 RBIs. The pitch from Ken Johnson is a 2-3. Tops it to first. Torrey will take it to the bag, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Ken Johnson. So after a half, it's Pittsburgh nothing, Atlanta coming to bat. And Unmitigated has deemed Don Clendenin as the Schaefer beer batter of the game. For those of you who don't know how that works, when the beer batter strikes out, you chug. I'll be chugging coffee, but to each their own. Whatever does it for you. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Here's the lineup for the Braves. Rico Carty is in the leadoff spot in left field. Eddie Matthews, who's been hitting leadoff, is on the bench today against the left-handed Veal. Dennis Menke is at third base. Hank Aaron in his customary 3 spot in right field. Felipe Alou will play center field today and hit cleanup. Joe Torre back in the lineup at first base, and also at the top of the page under Who Is Hot last 10 days. Gene Oliver will do the catching. Felix Millan is at second. Woody Woodward at shortstop, and Johnson the pitcher. So Torre in his last 10, a .433 average, 3 homers, 9 RBIs. That's over the last 10 days. Let me reload my monitor here. Okay, Veal's ready to go to work. Up steps Carty. Carty hitting .347, 4 home runs, 20 RBIs. The left-hander gets the sign. Pitch to Carty on a 3-7 left-handed. A routine grounder to short. Alley gloves it and throws to Clendenin for the first out. Here's Menke now. Menke hitting .247, 5 home runs, 20 RBIs. The left-hander winds and deals, 3-4 lefty. Foul ball left side, Pagan over on the dirt, puts it away. Big cheer for number 3 batter, Henry Aaron. 17,229 here at Atlanta Stadium. Aaron, who's been stuck on 22 home runs for quite some time, a .220 average, 56 RBIs. The pitch from Veal on a .211, and he loses him ball 4. A 2-out walk to Aaron. Aaron with good speed on the bases. He'll have to be held on. The battery -1 hold for Veal. 0 Pagliarone, so held at 16. And with 2 down, he's going to roll for it. The batter is Alou, who now leads the team in hitting at 348. 10 home runs, 42 RBIs, and a major league leading 40 extra base hits. Aaron trying to roll the 7. Just misses it. And here's the pitch to Felipe. 3-6 left-handed, liner to third, single to 14. That's a base hit for Alou. Aaron stops at second. And that'll get Joe Torre to the plate here in the first inning. Torre, the red-hot Torre. Again, 433 average in the last 10 days. Overall on the year, 335, 10 home runs, 51 RBIs. Both of these teams can hit. That is a fact. Veal checks the runner. It's the pitch to Torre. 3-3. Grounder down to first. Clendenin gloves it. Underhands to Veal covering, and that will do it. No runs, a hit, 2 left. Though Veal had a little tougher time than Johnson, but the result the same, and we're scoreless after 1. As the righty Ken Johnson takes the mound for the second inning. Oh, right. Thank you, Ernest. I saw that and forgot all about it. Yes, indeed. Rest in peace, Randy Jones of San Diego fame primarily. I know he pitched for the Yankees and probably a couple other teams as well. 20-game winner. He was the first 20-game winner in San Diego history. Okay, Johnson ready to go to work. Stargell leads it off, hitting 280, 14 home runs, 43 RBIs. The 14 homers leads the team. Pirates come in with 62 home runs as the team, and the Braves even better, 77, of course, led by Aaron's 22. Johnson with the pitch to Stargell, a 2-7 righty, high fly ball to center. Alou backing up a bit and pulls it in. So right in the heart of one of Stargell's good columns. 1s and 2s, both very nice on Stargell's card. He flies out to center. Here's the catcher, Jim Pagliarone now. Pagliarone at 262, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs. For some reason, I'm lagging. Hang on, I'm going to reset my monitor again. Could be a YouTube thing, too. Hard to say. Johnson into the windup. 5-6 righty. That's going to be a base hit into left. Triple to 2. Pagliarone with a single. Pagliarone extremely slow, as most catchers are. Runner on a first, 1 away, and here's the third baseman, Jose Pagan. Pagan hitting just 216, 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Johnson from the stretch comes in with a 5-4 righty. High pop fly to shallow center. Alou jogs in, waits a bit, and makes the catch. He goes with the Mets, too. Thank you, Ernest. Was it the Mets and not the Yankees, or was it both? I should know this because he's in my 82 replay. Here's Mazeroski hitting 313. One of 7 Pirates hitting over 300. Their team average has dropped a couple of points. It's at 288 now, compared to 265 for Atlanta. Johnson's pitch to Maz is a 2-6 right-handed. Liner to third, single to 10. That is knocked down by Menke, but he'll have no play. That'll go as an infield single for Maz. Stopping at second, Pagliarone. Station to station, of course, for Pagliarone. But that will get Clendenin to the plate. Clendenin hitting 313, 13 home runs, which is second on the team, and 43 RBIs, which is tied with Stargell for the team lead. So again, I have to ask myself, why is he hitting 8th? Thank you, guys. Hello, Mike. Just Mets. He was not a Yankee, so it's the Mets. Well, you can see how I would confuse that, I guess. Pass the bottle opener. Johnson, the sign, the pitch is a 4-5 right-handed. He rolls it over to short. Woodward has it. He shovels it to Mion for the force, and that will do it. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left on for the Pirates, and we are still scoreless. Well, I don't know, Rick. My neighbors are pretty quiet. But yeah, point taken. Between musicians and ball players, our heroes are dropping like flies. Which only serves to remind me that I'm not far behind. Anyway, let's not focus on that. Let's go to the bottom of the second where Gene Oliver will lead it off for the Braves. Oliver, the catcher, at 238, 7 home runs, 23 RBIs. Veal gets the sign from Pagliarone. The windup, the pitch, 6-4 right-handed. Grounder shortstop X. Into the hole goes the Gold Glover alley at 217. On a 50, and he's there. Plants long throw in time. Nice play by Gene Alley to record the first out. And here's the second baseman, Felix Mion. Mion, 17 for 71. He's pretty much taken over the second base job. That's a 239 average. No homers, 9 RBIs. Veal with the windup and the pitch. 2-5 lefty. High fly ball to deep left field. That's going to be over Stargell's head. Stargell rounds it up. Mion cruises into second with a stand-up double. Here's fan favorite Woody Woodward now, hitting 267 on the year. No home runs, but 30 RBIs, which is 4th on the team. 1 down. Oliver, a modest lead from second. Veal to Woodward, 3-7. Grounder to shortstop. Alley has it. Throws to first in time. Hello, Ben Witz. Welcome. Here's Johnson. Now he's a 2 righty with end power. Veal's pitch on a 1-6. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll wrap it up for the Braves. No runs ahead, a man left, and we are scoreless after 2. If you came in late, the Braves going for a 3-game sweep of the Pirates. And the Pirates, of course, have their ace, Bob Veal, on the mound, trying to avoid the sweep. Veal will lead off the third. He's a switch hitter, batting lefty against Johnson. Johnson's pitch on a 5-6. That's ripped into the gap in left center. That's going to roll to the wall, and Veal will coast into second with a leadoff double. What do you know about that? Let's take another look. 5-6 lefty. Clean as a whistle. Leadoff double for Bob Veal. So Veal trying to do it all today. That'll bring up the leadoff man, Matty Alou. Matty struck out in the first. Johnson into the windup. The pitch is a 3-4 left-handed. High fly ball to left. Carty backing up and makes the catch. Back to first goes Veal, 1 away. And here's the shortstop, Gene Alley. Johnson checks the runner. Comes to the plate, 4-4 righty. Catcher's card, that's Oliver. Gene Oliver, a 4-E-4. Here's the play on a 4. It'll be a wild pitch and a pop out. So wild pitch 2X on the wild pitch, Veal to third. And it will be up to Roberto Clemente. Clemente grounded to first his first time up. Johnson, a glance at third. Now comes to the plate, 6-10, hard smash to third X. Tough chance for Menke, 3-15, big play, here it is. On a 19, he's there, throws him out. Nice play by Menke to retire the side. So no runs ahead, a man left for Pittsburgh. Yeah, Rick, that reminds me of Vin Scully. Sometimes when announcing an injury, you would say something like, Stargell's day today, well, aren't we all? In 1973, Pete Rose passed this Red in games played and at bats. Name this Red. Somebody who played a lot of games. Ted Kluszewski. Hello, Kathy. She's got top of 4 trivia. I'll mark that. Ernest guessed Veda Pinson. Ed Roush, none of those guys. The Reds, National League's oldest ball club. A lot of history there. It could be any number of guys. Who comes to mind? I don't know a lot about the dead ball era. Wally Post, maybe? I doubt that's right, but his name popped into my head. Oh, Ernest did get it with Pinson. Nice job, a favorite of mine. Braves will have the top of the lineup here in the bottom of the inning. Rico Cardi 0 for 1. Veal gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 2-12, and he walks him. So Rico Cardi works out the leadoff walk. No speed on the bases. And the batter is Menke. Veal checks the runner. From the stretch now, 1-5 left-handed. Grounder back to Veal. He turns around and goes to Maz for 1 to Clendenin. Not in time. It'll be a 1-4 fielder's choice. Cardi's forced at second, and here comes Hammer and Hank Aaron. Veal working from the stretch, delivers a 2-7 left-handed. It's a ground ball to short alley to Mazeroski 1 to Clendenin 6-4-3 double play, and that will end the third inning. So the Pirates, with the best double play combo in the league, turn one here. And as we go to the top of the fourth, we're scoreless, so I'll turn it over to Kathy Harden. Al's still trying to guess. Oh, yeah, I remember Jake Beckley. Not personally, of course. More people, here's the question, more people have walked on the moon than have scored an earned run off of... Wow. How many people have walked on the moon? I think it's probably someone who hasn't pitched very much. I'm going to say Jacob Mizorowski. Oh, it is Rivera. Is it just in the playoffs? Hello there, Larry. Hello, Echo Charlie. Hello, JC. I think I already said hello to JC, but I don't remember. That's one reason I'm wearing my hearing aids. They gave me a pamphlet on hearing loss related to memory, dementia, Alzheimer's, etc., assuring me that they would be helpful to wear them all the time, even though I think I don't need them. Scoreless game, top of the fourth. Here's Willie Stargell to start it off. I have to ask, Kathy, do you know how many people walked on the moon? I have no idea. Johnson, the windup. Pitch to Stargell, the 1-4 right-handed, struck him out. Here's the catcher, Pagliarone. He singled his first time up. The windup and the pitch from Ken Johnson is a 5-5 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to left center. Carty and Alou headed for the wall, and it is off the wall. That's going to be a stand-up double for the catcher, Pagliarone, and he's 2 for 2. Homer to 7, he rolled the 20. JC comes up with it. 12 walked on the moon. Thank you, Bill. Koufax 6 earned runs in the playoffs. He didn't specify playoffs, Kathy. Which left me completely confused. Not that that takes any major effort. The police. I knew it. I knew we could count on you, Ernest. No sweat, Kathy. Feel free to fire up another one. Oh, that's right. Me too, Ben. Here's Pagan 0 for 1. Pagliarone takes his lead. The pitch is a 1-2, and he hits him. Here we go. He takes his base. Pagan hit by the pitched ball. That'll bring up Mazeroski. So that means no errors, right, JC? Johnson checks the runners. The pitch to Maz is a 4-7 right-handed. Hard smash to short. Woodward shovels to Mion. On to Torrey. 6-4-3 double play. That'll end the top of the fourth. No runs a hit, 1 left. We've got a pitcher's duel here. That's true, Bill. Yeah, I mean, look at this replay. I mean, he's carrying the team. That's another thing I miss about today's era of baseball. It's almost impossible for a starter to carry the team. My last memory of a starter carrying the team, of course, is Orel Hershiser in 1988. But you just don't see that anymore. Jack Morris did a pretty good job in 91, but they had other contributors. Yeah, exactly, Ben. 1958 replay. Indians over the Tigers 11-5. There's a good one, Echo. James Shields. Thank you. I forgot about that. Oh, definitely Carlton in 72. But I'm thinking of a team that was at least in the playoffs or won it. And I'm really thinking more postseason than regular season. All right, hang on, let me get set here. Mookie, who was very active, has now taken his place in the cheap seats. Top 6 for movie trivia. I remember Shields as an Angel. Bottom of the 4th, Felipe Alou will lead it off. There you go, Larry. Bumgarner in 14, yep. Felipe 1 for 1. Veal into the windup. 4-3 right-hander. Grounder to first X. That's Clendenin. 2E26. Here's the play on a 3. Diving stop Clendenin. Throws to Veal, covering. What a play. To rob Alou of a base hit. That's going to be a web gem by Don Clendenin. That'll bring up Torrey. Veal into the windup. Pitch to Torrey's a 2-12, and he hits him. Payback for Pagan, maybe? Tempers are rising here in Atlanta. One hit batter on each side, and here's Gene Oliver. Oliver 0 for 1. Veal from the stretch. 5-9 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's just the second K for Veal, but it came at a good time for him. And it'll be up to Felix Millon, who doubled his first time up. Veal out of the stretch on a 110. He lifts it to right field. Clemente is right there, and that'll do it. Another scoreless frame, and we are scoreless after 4 complete. And welcome, Richard. That's right, hit somebody who's slower than a glacier. That's certainly not Clendenin. Clendenin, the fastest runner on the Pittsburgh team. Or at least the best base runner. That doesn't necessarily mean fastest. Oh, that's cool, Echo. Tell us what you bought. Clendenin will lead it off. Johnson into the windup. 5-7 righty. He gets a fly ball to straightaway center. Alou drifting back and puts it away. A lose in center field for both teams today. And here's Veal, who doubled his first time up. Switch hitter batting lefty on a 4-6. Grounder to second. Mian throws to Torrey, and 2 quick outs here in the 5th. That'll bring up Matty Alou. The pitch from Johnson is a 4-10 left-handed fly ball center field X. Tough play for Alou. 3-E-7. He's on his horse. Here's the play on a 7. He makes a fine running catch to retire the side, taking a possible base hit away from his brother. 1-2-3 go the Pirates in the 5th. And we're just humming along today with another scoreless duel. Hello, Joel Turney. Echo, 21st birthday. The 2012 year, the best Rays team. 2008 was sold out. Also, you're a youngster, Echo. Welcome. I love that. And hello, Joel Horland. Both Joels are here today. Yeah, we need some young blood in this hobby. There's no question about that. And Strat-O-Matic, they just don't do a very good job of promoting themselves, in my opinion. I guess they're happy with what they've got. It's a small company, of course. But I do kind of wish they would make their presence a little more well-known. Thank you, Echo. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun doing this, I'll tell you that. Still scoreless. Bottom of the 5th, Woody Woodward will start it off. Veal gets the sign, the windup, and the pitch is a 1-4 lefty. He pops him up on the right side. Mazeroski waits on it and gloves it. Here's the pitcher, Johnson, a right-handed batter with end power. Veal with a 2-7, swung on and missed, strike 3. Johnson down on strikes for the second time. And here's the leadoff man, Rico Cardi. Veal gets the sign. Here's the pitch. 5-10 righty. High pop fly to shallow left. Stargell waiting. And gloves it to retire the side. So an easy inning for Veal, and we're scoreless through 5. Both starters rated 7 for endurance today. Richard sent his grandsons a Strat game, and they had no interest in it. You almost got to sit down and play it with them. And I mean, yeah, Ben, you'd be at the younger edge of the curve, frankly. As far as Strat-O-Matic players' age goes, that is. Top of the 6th, we've got a question coming from Kathy Harden. And that's where they fail, Ben, because the computer game, while statistically accurate, is nothing to write home about in the graphics department. While we wait for Kathy's question, I'm going to refill my coffee. Hello, David. So David, it sounds like your dad was part of the, what I call the original Strat-O-Matic group. Which I would say the 60s, maybe up to the early 70s. I started with the 69 cards. Most of you know that. I think we lost Kathy somewhere along the line. Paging Kathy Harden. Here it is. What movie involved a video store, a dead man in the bathroom, and a hockey game on the roof? Echo again. Well, Larry, I guess, that's the way it goes. I started to say it's too bad, but actually, it is what it is. Yeah, Bill, the old one-sided cards, right? Okay, we got a scoreless duel here as we move to the 6th. Gene Alley will start it off. Johnson's allowed 4 hits so far. As he gets the sign from Gene Oliver, there's the pitch to Alley on a 4-5, grounder to short. Woodward gloves it, throws to Torrey. 1 down. Hello, Michael. Why is that, Michael? Are you playing hooky? Clemente 0 for 2. Johnson, the windup and the pitch is a 6-4 right-handed grounder shortstop X. Woodward into the hole. Tough chance. 334. Here's the play on a 16. He's got it. Plants a long throw in time to nip the speedy Clemente. Fine play by Woody Woodward. Right, okay. I haven't seen that in a while. I only saw it once. It's kind of like reading a book, okay, but not exactly, but similar. Okay, you read a book first and you watch the movie. Okay, as far as Clerks goes, having worked my entire life in the grocery business, I had my own ideas for Clerks-based movies. And then when that movie came out, it was nothing like any of my ideas. So I have to admit I was disappointed in it. Two down, here's Stargell. The pitch from Johnson on a 3-8, he walks him. A 2-out walk to Stargell will get Pagliarone to the plate here in the 6th inning. Holy smoke, Larry, literally. You know, I had that happen to me once. It's scary. Johnson checks the runner. The pitch to Pagliarone on a 6-8 liner right at Torrey, and that's going to wrap up the top of the 6th. Hard hit, but right at the first baseman. No runs, no hits, a man left. And how about this Ken Johnson today? Kind of expected it out of Veal. But Johnson matching him pitch for pitch just about. Yeah, I'm driving along and there's this smoke coming and I'm thinking, okay, my radiator or something, right? It's overheating. So I pull over, I open the hood and the engine's on fire. Oh, wow, Richard, you worked on that one too, huh? My mom loved that movie. And we have a super chat from Echo Charlie. Thank you kindly, Echo. Appreciate it. Hot dog? Hot dog? Bottom of the sixth, Menke will lead things off. Dennis 0 for 2, Veal into the windup. That's a 2-10 left-handed. Fly ball to left field. Can of corn for Stargell, who makes the routine catch for the first out. And here comes Hammer and Hank. Yeah, Michael, in my case, I'd pulled into a motel parking lot. And there was a fire extinguisher right there. So I broke glass and, Aaron, who's been stuck on 22 for a while, Veal comes in with a fastball, 1-6 left-handed. That's hit high and deep to left field. Stargell turns around and watches it fly. And Henry Aaron has crushed his major league leading 23rd home run of the season, and the Braves strike first. Seems like it's been a long time between 22 and 23 for Hammer and Hank. Yeah, I kicked the hell out of it with my foot. That was 1985. Here's Felipe Alou now, 1 for 2. Veal into the windup, 4-7 righty. He walks him, so Veal perhaps rattled a bit by Aaron's homer. Walks Alou on 4 pitches. And that'll bring up the hot-hitting Joe Torre. 0 for 1, he was hit his last time up. Veal working from the stretch. He pitches a 5-6 right-handed. Grounder to third. Single to 18, and that is going to be a base hit for Torre. Alou stopping at second, and suddenly the Braves' bat's coming alive here in the bottom of the sixth. And that's going to send Pagliarone out to the mound as Gene Oliver steps in. That's a very good question, Echo. Which Alou is the father of Moises? There's 3 of them, 2 of them playing in this game. Thank you, Bill. It was Felipe. Okay, we're ready to go to work here. Runners take their leads. Veal's pitch to Oliver, rather. 6-7 righty, second base X. That's the Gold Glover. This should be 2, 1E8. Here's the play on a 20. He's got it to Alley for 1 to Clendenin. 4-6-3 double play. Braves settle for a run on Hank Aaron's 23rd home run of the season, and after 6 complete, they lead it 1-0. 7th inning and first endurance inning for both starting pitchers. That's a cool story, Richard. I've got a question, Richard. Were you listed in the credits on any of these? Or were you using a stage name? Seventh inning, 1-0 Atlanta. Jose Pagan will lead it off for Pittsburgh. Ken Johnson gets the sign. Here's the windup on the pitch on a 6-4 right-handed grounder, shortstop X. Tough chance for Woodward again. 334. Behind the bag on a 20. He scoops it up, twists and fires in time. So Woody strikes again. Excellent, David. Based on the Mariano Rivera, what batter did Mariano say was the toughest out for him? Ortiz? Buddy Biancalana. Here's Maz with one down. Johnson into the windup. That's a 1-9 right-handed. Grounder down to third, fielded by Menke. Throws to Torrey, 2 down. And here's Clendenin, who's 0 for 2. Johnson with the pitch. That's a 5-6 right-handed base hit. Triple to 2. That's going to be a single for Clendenin. And now with Veal due up. Tough call here. Clendenin with speed, star 15, but Johnson with that fine -4 hold. Oliver a +1, so -3 battery, not held at 12. Runs hard to come by. They're going to have to hit for Veal. And you regulars know it pains me to do it. So Veal's day ends at 6 innings, 4 hits, just 1 run, 3 walks, and he hit a batter, 3 strikeouts. Pete Mickelson throwing in the Pittsburgh pen. Trying to catch lightning in a bottle here. The batter will be Bob Bailey. Taking a look at Bailey's numbers, he's hitting .281, 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, 2 down, runner at first. Johnson working out of the stretch now. 6-4 right-handed grounder, shortstop X. Woody again, 334. Here's the play. On a 6, he's got it. Throws him out. A fine play by Woodward to take a possible base hit away from Bob Bailey. So 2 fine plays on the inning by Woodward. The Pirates leave a man. And as we go to the stretch, the Braves lead it 1-0. We'll break for the stretch. When we come back, Pete Mickelson will take the mound for the Pirates. So it was Edgar. I can see that. The man was a hitting machine. One thing that's always puzzled me about Edgar Martinez, I believe he was 27 when he got called up for good. Why? Why did they wait so long to bring him up? Because of his third base defense, I'm guessing? Surely long before that age, they could see the guy could rake. Firing up the Mookie cam now. He's very disinterested. Hi, Mook. You're not going to say hi? I don't think he is. He's out of it. There's his face. Hi, Mookie. Not much going on with Mookie today. Ho, ho, ho. I know, right, Bill? Man, that was a fun team to watch. Yeah, the 95 Indians were a great team. I was at one of the 95 playoff games with the Yankees. Game 3, I believe it was. It was the one Randy Johnson pitched. That was the loudest game I've ever been to because it was in the Kingdome. Now, I'd been to other games in the Kingdome, but not with a playoff atmosphere. Mickelson on the season, 1-1, 3 saves, 3.07, which is exactly his real life ERA. It'll be Mion, Woodward, and Johnson, the bottom third of the Atlanta order. Mickelson gets the sign on a 4-6 righty, liner to third, single on a 1 only, and it's a 1. That somehow gets past Pagan, and Mion has himself a leadoff single. Mickelson is 0 hold now. Catcher also was 0. Mion held at 16. Woody Woodward at the plate, and Mion's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 5. 10. He does not get it. Woodward an A bunter, but the pitcher's on deck. Woody swinging away on a 6-10. High pop fly to shallow center. Here comes Lou to make the catch. They'll pull the infield in for Johnson, an A bunter, and he's going to square to bunter to B. 6B bunts it to third base. That'll get the job done. Mion takes second on the sacrifice. Insurance run in scoring position, 2 away for Rico Cardi. Dennis Menke on deck. And the Pirates are going to put Cardi on and pitch to Menke. He'll take the bat out of Cardi's hand. Mickelson versus Menke. Here's the pitch. 4-6 right-handed. Liner to third. Same thing. And this time it's caught by Pagan. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left on. We've played 7. 1-0 Braves. Going to the 8th. Let's check the Braves defense. Time for Cardi to come out in a 1-run game. He'll be replaced by Gary Geiger. Geiger will play center field with Alou moving to left. And as we check the defense, remember, folks, you won't commit an error when you commit to popping open a cold, refreshing can of Schaefer. The beer to have when you're going to have more than one. How was that unmitigated? Ken Johnson to the 8th, his second endurance inning. It is weird, David. You know, that's baseball. A Hall of Fame starting trio. Good night, Richard. Good to see you. Top of the order for the Pirates. Ted Abernathy begins to toss in the Atlanta pen. Ken Johnson ready to go to work on a lose, 0 for 3 today. Here's the windup. The pitch is a 6'8 left-hander. He pops him up right side. Mian will take it. And that'll bring up Gene Alley. Here's a trivia question. What did Eddie Murray do in his last at-bat for the Orioles, 1996 playoffs? Johnson into the windup now. The pitch to Gene Alley is a 6'10 righty. Grounder third base X. Tough play for Menke. 3-15. Here's the play on a 3. He can't get to it. That's a base hit. And the tying run is aboard. Alley with pretty good speed. -3, not held at 12, however. And the batter is Clemente. Did he homer? One down, runner at first. Runner not being held. From the stretch, Johnson's pitch to Clemente is a 4-6. Can of corn, fly ball to left. Waiting on it is Alou. And there's 2 down. And here comes Stargell. He did! He homered off of John Wetland. Two down, Johnson pitching to Stargell. From the stretch, 5'8 lefty, grounder down to first base. Torrey has it. Underhands to Johnson, covering. And Ken Johnson with 8 scoreless innings finds himself just 3 outs away from a complete game shutout. Does Johnson have a shutout? Let's take a look. I think he does have one, but let's double check that. He does not. He has 2 complete games, but does not have a shutout. Pete Mickelson will come out for his second inning of work. And Hank Aaron will lead it off. Aaron's home run, the only run in this game. Mickelson gets his sign. The windup, the pitch to Aaron on a 4-7 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Mickelson fans Aaron. Here's Felipe Alou now. Alou 1 for 2 with a walk. Mickelson into the windup on a 6-5 righty. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Pete Mickelson. And with 2 away, it'll be up to Joe Torre. Mickelson steadying the signs. The pitch to Torre on a 5-8 righty. High fly ball the other way to right field. Clemente drifting over and puts it away. 1-2-3 go the Braves in the 8th. One more change for the Braves. Frank Bowling will come in and take over at second base from Mion. A 3-16. The Braves doing everything they can with the defense to support Ken Johnson here as we go to the 9th in a 1-0 nail-biter. Abernathy is ready in the Braves bullpen. And as usual, I want to thank everybody for watching today. I'm kind of with you, Larry. For me, it was the Steinbrenner Yankees that I disliked. Since then, don't care much. Prior to that, you've got to admire the history and the tremendous amount of great players that wore that uniform, going back to Ruth and Gehrig. I grew up reading a lot about the old baseball, and a lot of it about the Yankees. Ken Johnson takes the mound. Pagliarone, Pagan, and Mazeroski standing in his way as he goes for the complete game shutout. Pagliarone's 2 for 3. Johnson gets his sign. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's a 1-8 righty. Struck him out. Ken Johnson. Fans on their feet. Jose Pagan standing in from the right side. Johnson goes into the windup. 6-4 right-handed grounder shortstop X. That's Woody. 334 will be tested again. Here's the play on a 20. Woody into the hole. Makes the play. Strong throw in time. Another fine play by Woody Woodward. And it'll be up to Bill Mazeroski. Johnson taking his time now, nodding, a deep breath, crowd on their feet. Johnson's pitch to Maz, 3-11 right-handed. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Alou at the track, at the wall, and he makes the catch at the wall to end the game. How is that for drama? A 311 homer to 12, and it died on the track. And the crowd goes crazy. They couldn't breathe for a second there, and then they erupt. All the tension let out. How about that Ken Johnson? A complete game shutout. He's 5-4 now. His first shutout of the year. He allowed 6 hits. He walked 1 and hit 1. And he struck out 1, 2, 3. Pretty much assures him of the Player of the Game award, with an honorable mention to the Hammer. Veal takes the loss. He drops to 8-6 now. Mickelson worked 2 innings, 2 scoreless innings. He allowed 1 hit, 1 walk. It was intentional, and struck out a pair. The Braves with 1 lone run on a Henry Aaron homer. 1 run, 5 hits, no errors for Pirates. No runs, 6 hits, no errors. Your chief Spokane Gary Player of the Game, of course, is Ken Johnson once again. What a game. Yes, sir, Larry. 4X chart plays for Woody Woodward. And that last play, man, that deserves a note. Tomorrow and Friday, we got a doubleheader coming up. Baltimore Orioles at Boston Red Sox. That'll finish up that series. In the first game, it'll be Dave McNally for the Orioles, Lee Stang for the Red Sox. Tomorrow at the usual time. And I'm going to get out of here. Thanks, everybody, once again for joining me. Have a great evening and hope to see you all tomorrow. Take care. They have been, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun lately. Good night, everybody.